Hello friends, welcome back in the channel of Clinical Care Insight. We have started a series of lecture on reproductive system, and till now we have studied about the overview first of all of the entire reproductive system. It includes male and female both, okay? Then we started to study about the menstrual cycle in detail. Then we think, okay, for understanding the female, we can say menstrual cycle, we have to understand the basic anatomy, okay, and the functions of the female reproductive organs, because in the you can say the menstrual cycle there are involvement of entire reproductive system, we can say. So we studied all these things. We also studied about the menstrual cycle, okay. Now today what we do, today's our topic of discussion is spermatogenesis, okay. Write it down. Today's our topic of discussion mainly is about the spermatogenesis. Genesis. But again, my friend, you know that you cannot study spermatogenesis directly. First we have to take one overview of male reproductive system, isn't it? Okay, so for that we started first to discuss about the testis. You know that the testis is a paired structure. Testis is a paired structure and it is considered as a gonads in male. Have you seen the gonads in the female? In the gonads or in the female is considered as an ovary, which we discussed in our previous lecture. So from today we study about the testis. You know that testis is oval in shape. First of all, write some description about the testis. It's a paired structure as ovary. Okay, it's a paired structure. Now the second thing is that it is oval in shape. Oval in shape. Okay, hand by hand we just also measure their weight. Their measured average weight is 15 gram. Okay, now about their length, their dimension. Their length is 5. Okay, their length is a 5 centimeter. Okay, and their width is 3 centimeter. Understood? Now testis is a male gonad. Put a star mark on it. It's a male gonads. Now, okay, fast I am discussing just because today our main discussion is about the spermatogenesis. I am just brushing up your old concept. Okay, I am just brushing up your old concept. Okay, so now first we draw the structure of the testis, okay, and discuss their parts. Now, for the testis, as I said, it's a oval in shape. Testis is a oval in shape, okay, and it is considered as a male gonad. It is considered as a male gonad. Now, see, the testis is, you can say, present or it's protected in the scrotum. It is protected in the scrotum. Okay, write it down. It is protected in scrotum, isn't it? Understanding? Now, one thing you keep in your mind is that the testis is initially not present in the scrotum. Okay, it is not present in the scrotum initially. Initially means it is, I am talking about the intrauterine life of male fetus. Okay, it's a intrauterine life. What is happening? The testis, it is not descent, okay, in the, you can say, in the scrotum. Okay, it is not descent into the scrotum. It is the 7th month. Okay, 7th month of the pregnancy. Understood? It descent, okay, through the inguinal canal. Write it down. Through the inguinal canal, it is descended into the scrotum. And sometime, you know, the things are not going always the normal. So sometimes what happened, there is a failure in the descending of the testes in the scrotum, okay, and that condition is called write it down, it's called as the cryptorchidism, okay. The condition is called as the cryptorchidism. It means what? That the testis is not descend into the scrotum, but there are surgeries, okay, there are hormonal, you can say, the introduction, which we will discuss after a few minutes. But first, now just understand, just keep in your mind is that the testis is not initially present in the scrotum. It is in the 7th month when the testis descend through the inguinal canal into the scrotum. Understood? No problem? Now come to the structure of the testis. Okay, so as I said that the testis is situated in the scrotum. Okay, it is present in the scrotum. I am talking about after the birth story, and it is, as I said, it is oval in shape. I'm just showing you one testis, but we have the two testes, isn't it? We have the two testes. Now the testis is oval in shape, understanding, and here is your inguinal canal, okay, inguinal canal via which this testis is descended, okay, this testis is come into the scrotum environment. Understood? Now the things which you have to keep in mind is that sometimes due to the pressure, okay, due to the pressure, some of the part of the small intestine, they come into this area and there is a bulging of scrotum, okay, there is a bulging of scrotum. So this condition is not, you can say, related with the reproductive system. This condition is called as the inguinal hernia, okay. I'm talking about the pathology. This condition is called as the inguinal hernia, okay. And just keep in your mind that it is not a reproductive, you can say, problem. It's not a reproductive problem. Understand? Now there are layers, okay, there are layers which protect the testes, okay, and these layers are 3 in number, okay. These layers are 3 in the number, starting from the inner. This is called as the tunica vasculosa. Write it down, okay. This white layer, as I'm showing here, it is your tunica vasculosa. Understanding? Now you have the middle layer, which I am showing by the yellow color, okay, and this is called as the tunica albuginea, okay. Write it down, it is called as the tunica albuginea, okay. And then you have the outermost covering, which I am showing you by the purple, okay, not purple, this green color, okay. And this layer is your tunica vulgaris, Understood? These are the 3 layers which protect the testes. Now why I am so much emphasizing on the testes? Why? First thing you should remember that this is called as the gonads, male gonads, first of all. And the second thing is that this gonad is meant for some special function. It is meant for some special function, and that function is called as the male gametogenesis, which is your spermatogenesis, okay. So before I am going in detail of the spermatogenesis, first I want to highlight the today's lecture outline. First we will discuss about the overview of male gonads, okay. Then we will see about one special kind of barrier, okay. It is same as the blood retinal barrier which we discussed previously. It is same as the blood brain barrier. It is called as the blood testicular barrier. Okay, then we will see about the process, okay, by which the sperm is produced, that's called the spermatogenesis, and then about the structure of the one mature sperm, okay, and then applied physiology. This is our today's topic of discussion. So we are discussing our first topic, this overview of, you can say, the gonads, male gonads, and here the male gonads is the testis. Understood? No problem. Now this testis, okay, this testis, they have some very, you can say, the important structure. Okay, it have the very important structure, and this structure, okay, is called as, yeah, can you name them it? Can you name them it? Yeah, very good. It's your seminiferous tubules. It's your seminiferous tubules. Okay, it's your seminiferous tubules. Okay, now just remember their number. They are 900 in number approximately. Okay, the seminiferous tubules, seminiferous tubules, they are 900 in number approximately. Okay, they are 900 in number. Now you understood it. Let me summarize it once again. We are discussing the spermatogenesis. Okay, until now I have not given the definition of the spermatogenesis. I am just going with the structure of the, you can say, the male reproductive system. And first I told you about the male gonads. In the male gonads is called as the testis. Okay, it is a paired structure, oval in shape. Okay, approximately weight 15 gram. If we talked about their length, it's a 5 centimeter. If we talked about the width, it's a 3 centimeter. Okay, and it is protected in the scrotum. The thing which we have to remember is that this testis is not initially in the intrauterine life. This is not initially present in the scrotum. It is during the 7th month of the pregnancy. Okay, on that moment, this, you can say, the testis is descend into the scrotum through the inguinal canal, okay, and this is held by the spermatic cord. Okay, this is held by the spermatic cord. Now the another thing which we discussed is that sometimes there will be a failure in the descending, and that condition is called as the cryptorchidism. That condition is called as the cryptorchidism, and through the surgery, okay, through the introduction of the hormones, okay, we can say by the widening of the inguinal canal, we can descend this scrotum. Okay, we can descend this scrotum and start the process. Okay, start the process of spermatogenesis. Now see the structure. This is situated in the scrotum, and this is, you can say, protected by the 3 layer. The outermost layer is called as, innermost layer is called as the tunica vasculosa, middle layer is called as the tunica albuginea, and the outermost layer is called as the tunica vulgaris. Understood? Now inside the testis there are tubules. Okay, there are tubules, and that tubules is called as the seminiferous tubules. Understood? Till here you have any doubt? Yeah? No doubt? Fantastic. Now let's move ahead. Okay, now what is the function of this testis? Okay, we discussed about the basic, you can say, the description about the testis, but till now we didn't studied about the function of the testis. Yeah, you know it, the function of the testis. Man, you can do one thing. No, you can correlate with the ovary. Yeah, you can correlate with the ovary. What are the function of the ovary? What we studied in the ovary? The first one is the gametogenic function, isn't it? Gametogenic function. Yeah, and the second thing is, very good, the endocrine function. gametogenic function and endocrine function. Since we are discussing the testes, okay, so we have to talk about the spermatogenesis, because in the testes there is a formation of sperm. Now just understand what is the spermatogenesis. Genesis, as I said in the previous lecture about the oogenesis, that the genesis word denotes the production, and the first word is sperm. It means it is a production of sperm, and this procedure is called as this process is basically called as the spermatogenesis. Understood? So spermatogenesis is a process by which the sperm is produced. The sperm is produced. Now, so it is the first function, gametogenic function. Second function is secretion of some of the hormones, okay, especially the male sex hormone. Male sex hormone, and I know you know the name very well. It's your androgen. Okay, no problem. Now there are other hormones as well, but first you just concentrate on the androgen. Now what we do, till now we studied that, okay, testis is important, okay, part in the male, okay, and it is basically the gonads, okay, and it is involved in the gametogenic, you can say the process, and endocrine function, okay, gametogenic function and the endocrine function. Then we think, okay, in the male the gametogenic process is called as a spermatogenesis, okay, but where in the testis, where this sperm is produced, which area, which part, okay, which part? Yeah, it is the seminiferous tubules. It is the seminiferous tubules. Write it down, where the sperms is produced, okay. So if we talked about the location of spermatogenesis, it is the seminiferous, yeah, tubules. Seminiferous tubules. Understood? So always remember that, you know it, like you cannot make food outside daily in your day-to-day life, you know it. You cannot make the food in the, you can say, in the road. Understood? You have to make your food inside the home, okay. So here the home is for formation of the, you can say, the sperm, okay. The home is the seminiferous tubules, okay. Remember, home is the seminiferous tubules. Now, so okay, as you are seeing, this is a small, only the tubules like a structure, how they can form the sperm. No? See. Then you have to, how can I say? You have to magnify it. Okay, we have to magnify it. Now, as we are magnifying, okay, as we are magnifying it and understanding, the seminiferous tubules is basically, you can say, lined by the two types of cell, okay. Primarily it is lined by the two types of cell. The first cell is a very long, okay. The first cell is a long cell, yeah. It's a long cell, long, taller, yeah. It's a long, taller, you can say, columnar. It's a column shape, okay. And there are other cells, okay, which are relatively small and cuboidal. Okay, there are other cells which are small and cuboidal, and which is like sitting in this cell, okay. Yeah. So if we cut down the seminiferous tubules and see, then we seen that it is lined by the two types of cell. One is a long, isn't it? One is the long, yeah, long, tall, Okay, long, tall means long, taller, and columnar in shape. Are in shape. Another one, as we are seeing in this diagram, the another cell is a round cell, we can say, or we can more specifically we can say the cuboidal in shape. Okay, cuboidal, and it is relatively small. It's a relatively small. Now, I know you are all are genius. Now, cite the name. Yeah, cite the name. This long, taller cell is called as. Okay, it's called as, yeah, very good. It's your sustentacular cell. Sustentacular cell. Okay, and this cuboidal and small cell is, yeah, it's a spermatogonia. Spermatogonia. Are you understanding? Yeah, understood? No problem. Now, then why not we are just write down here their name. This is their spermatogonia. Okay, and this long cell, taller cell is like sustentacular cell. We are calling it sustentacular. Okay, it's a sustentacular cell. Now, what you are observing is that these cells are, you can say, like the embedded. They are present in between this long cell. And you know, whenever you sit in, okay, sit in this, how can say, like when you sit in the, अब जब आप कोई पेड़ के नीचे बैठते हो, then what you feel the relax. Okay, you feel the relax. The same thing is happening here. It's like a tree. Okay, it's like a tree, and these cells, they are sitting there. These cells are there sitting. Okay, and by this they are gaining the peace. Okay, they are gaining the peace. Now here the peace is meant for their development. Are you understanding? But whenever you sit, okay, you sit in tree, okay, or in down to the tree, you sit here, okay, you only feel relax or peace from the, you can say, during the summer time, or from the, you can say, the hotness, okay, from the temperature, only when the tree are, you can say, large enough to cover. Okay, they are not like you can say the palm tree, okay, which is very long, but they are not functional. Okay, they are not functional. So these sustentacular cells, they have to some special, you can say, function or a special arrangement for these sitting cells. That is our, you can say, spermatogonium. Are you following? Yeah. So, and if it is only the long, okay, and it is not a functional, okay, it is not providing the special arrangement for the development, overall development of this spermatogenesis, which is spermatogonia, which is sitting here, then it is no more useful. No, it's not no more useful. And sometimes happen, there are cancers. Okay, yeah, there are cancers, okay, which is arising in this, you can say, the this sustentacular cells, okay, and they disrupt the function of the sustentacular cells, and thereby the spermatogonia, they are also not developed properly. Understood? No problem. Now, this sustentacular cell, as you are seeing, okay, it's helping is helping the spermatogonia to develop. It means it is providing the care. Yeah, it's providing the care, and in the healthcare system, the providing of the care is a function of the nurse. So it is also called as the nurse cell, isn't it? It's also called as the nerve cells. Means nerve cells are nourishing the spermatogonia. Understood? No problem. Now, these subcenticular or nerve cells, they are also called as the Sertoli cell. They are also called as the Sertoli cell. Okay, so in the MCQ, if they ask that subcenticular cell or nerve cell or Sertoli cell, their all meanings are the same. Their all meaning are the same. No problem. Yeah. Now we have to see, okay, in which way these subcenticular cells, they are helping this spermatogonia, and what exactly the spermatogonia is. What exactly the spermatogonia is, and in which way these subcenticular cells, which is a long, okay, which is covering basically this spermatogonia, how they are helping, how are they are making the special arrangements so that these spermatogonia they develop. Okay, and develop, if it's developed, then what is do? Okay, how they are looking after the developing. These all questions we deal now. Okay, once you clear with this concept, now we will look and see what the function is doing this spermatogonia. Okay, now we don't have to need this diagram. Okay, now I'm just rubbing it. Yeah. So first, your question is, what is spermatogonia? Spermatogonium. See, the singular is called as spermatogonium, and it is in a many, that is called as spermatogonia. Now, this spermatogonia, okay, is a, you can say, the precursor for the sperm. We are discussing the spermatogenesis, okay, and what we seen that in the gonads this spermatogenesis process occurring. Then we see, okay, in the gonads there is a presence of, there is a testis in the case of male, and inside the testis there are 900 tubules, and that is called as the seminiferous tubules. Then we seen, okay, in the seminiferous tubules, okay, there is a presence of two types of lining of the cell, and the first cell is a long cell, which is helping the other cell which is present, that is a cuboidal cell. Okay, and this cuboidal cell is, we are referring it is as a spermatogonium. Now, from this spermatogonium, okay, by the help of nerve cell, okay, by the help of nerve cell, don't forget nerve cells is also called as testicular cell and Sertoli cell. Now, by the help of this nerve cell, okay, through the sequence of cell division, okay, understood, under the effect of hormones. Now you are thinking why I'm just adding the words. Okay, under the effect of the hormones, this spermatogonium they change into the sperm, and this process is called as the spermatogenesis. Are you understanding, following? No? Once again, yeah. Spermatogonium, as we've seen, that it is present in the seminiferous tubules, okay, and then we've seen, okay, there are also long cell present, okay, a columnar cell, okay, and which we named, it is a, okay, it's nourishing the spermatogonium, okay, it's nourishing the spermatogonium. Then now we are referring that, okay, from this spermatogonium, by the help of nerve cell, through the cell division, sequential cell division, under the effect of the hormones, these are changes into the sperm. And this process, this business is happening in the it's happening in the 96 days average, okay, it's happening in the 96 days. Are you following? Yeah, tell me, are you following it? Okay, and on an average we can say 60, yeah, it's a 60 to 72 days. It's an average, okay, but approximately it is a 96 days. So the spermatogonium, by taking the help of the nerve cell, under the, you can say, by the cell division, okay, both, remember cell division you are studied in the previous classes, it's like a, you can say, mitosis, which is the equational division, isn't it? okay, and then you have the meiosis. Understood? Okay, mitosis and meiosis is a erection division. Okay, by this, under these two, you can say the division, okay, under the help of you can say the hormones. These spermatogonium, they undergo morphological changes, isn't it? They undergo the morphological changes. Morphological changes means which you are observing externally, you will see, okay, at the end of the lecture you will see, okay, this goal cell means this round cell that we are referring the spermatogonia. From this there are, you can say the one, how, okay, what is this? Yeah, can you name them? What is this? This is your beautiful sperm, your precious cell, isn't it? So from this round cell there will be a formation of the one well developed distinct structure that we are referring as a mature sperm. That's what the morphological changes is referring. Are you getting the points? Yeah, no need to discuss more. Now we are going in the actual process, how this spermatogenesis is happening. The concept we developed till now is that there are spermatogonium cell, there are Sertoli cell which is present in the seminiferous tubules lining, understood? And from this spermatogonium there will be a transformation or morphological changes, and there will be a formation of the sperm, Now, how this is happening? This is happening under the phases. Okay, under the sequential phases, write it down. Under the sequential phases. Okay, now you don't have to worry too much. It's only the 4 phases, okay? It's only the 4 phases. Now, what are those 4 phases? Okay? The 4 phases is, you write it down, it's the, you know, after the passing in the NEET UG, the target is NEET PG, isn't it? Okay, its target is a NEET PG, means NEET PG matters after the NEET UG, isn't it? So you can just remember by this mnemonics, NEET PG matters. How? See, just remove the word NEET. Just remember, PG matter. Okay, PG matters. P, G, okay, M and T. Now, P is referring for the process of proliferation. Process of proliferation. Okay, proliferation. Now, G stands for process of growth. Process of growth. Are you following? Yeah, process of growth. M stands for process of maturation. Process of maturation. Yeah, and T for process of transformation. Process of transformation. Okay. So these are the 4 processes you can remember by the mnemonics. PG matters. P stands for the process of proliferation. Yeah. G stands for the process of growth. M stands for process of maturation, and process of T stands for the process of transformation. Yeah. Are you getting the points? You have any doubt? Till here you have any doubt? Yeah. No? Shall we move ahead? Shall we move ahead? Yeah? Okay. Now, once you understood these processes, okay, now just remove this thing. Remove, and now understood by the diagram how this process is happening. Okay, now you tell me, first of all, this spermatogenesis, I'm asking to the boys, yeah, this is happening in you, isn't it? It is happening in you. And can you tell me when it started? Because you've seen that you can say the girls are pre-planned, Okay, they are pre-planned, or we can say they program about their pregnancy, you can say initially. Okay, they taken the steps initially. But what about you? Are you doing the same thing in the same manner, same sequence, or it's different? Yeah, it's a different. Very good. Then which time period of your life is when you started the production of the sperm? Yeah, which time? Very good. It's a puberty. Boys are like not taking too much, you know, like they are not taking too much. You can say they are not planning too much. There are other boys who are planning too much, but there are some. Okay, that's fine. So they plan to produce their sperm, okay, during the starting to the puberty time. And let me tell you, it's not according to your plan, it's not according to your mindset. I know that we will study in our further lectures that the ejection of sperm is, you can say, dependent upon the psychological status of a person. That's something acceptable, but it is not under your control. Okay, it is not under your control. It is under the control of your higher system. Yeah, can you name them? Fast. Yeah, very good. It's a hypothalamus. The same hypothalamus, which is basically regulating the female cycle. The same hypothalamus which is present in you also. Are you sure it is present in you also? Yeah, very good. Okay, fine. It is present in you also. Okay, and through this hypothalamus, they influence. Yeah, they influence the pituitary gland. Which pituitary gland? Very good. It's the anterior pituitary gland. Fine. No problem. Okay, this anterior pituitary, they influence whom and by which? Yeah, it's sperm, your gonads. That's your testis. Okay, testis further, which they stimulate only the two things. No, in the testis we understood, okay, there is a presence of seminiferous tubules, isn't it? There is presence of seminiferous tubules. Then we magnified the seminiferous tubules, and we seen there are two types of cells which lining these seminiferous tubules. One is a taller cell that we termed as the sustentacular cell or nerve cell. Why nerve cell? Because those tall cells, they are providing the nourishment for development of those small goal, or we can say the round cell, cuboidal cell specifically, and that we termed as the spermatogonium, isn't it? So this testis, they will influence whom? Two types of the cell. Yeah, is stimulate first your Sertoli cell or sustentacular cell. Don't confuse the Sertoli cell, sustentacular cell, nerve cell. They all are the same name, synonymous, or you can say alternative name for the same long sustentacular cell. Okay, and one thing I forget to tell you, when I drawn the structure of the testis, okay, and I shown you the testicular, okay, seminiferous tubules, there are other cells also present. Okay, there are other cells which is also present, and that cell is called as that is also most important cell. How can I forget? I'm also a male. Yeah, no problem. These cells are called as the leading cell. These cells are called as the leading cell, or also known as the interstitial cell. Isn't it? Now, why I'm emphasizing more on this leading cell or interstitial cell? Because by this cell, there is a formation of male sex hormone. That's your androgen. Okay, and the principal androgen is, yeah, it's the testosterone. Are you following? Understood? No problem. Now, so the testis, okay, they also influence these leading cell. Now, how? Simple. Hypothalamus secrete one, you can say the message, and that message is called as the GnRH, gonadotrophin releasing hormone. And as previously I told you that gonadotrophins means gonadotrophins means those hormones which have the trophic action on the gonads, and here the gonads is the testes. Trophic action means the growth action, development action. Understood? So they secrete the GnRH. In response of the GnRH, anterior pituitary secrete the two types of hormone. One is called as the FSH. Yeah. Clear? Another one is called as the LH. The follicular stimulating hormone, okay, and luteinizing hormone. But here there is one problem. The problem is this LH, they are just a bit different in the name. They are called as the ICSH. ICSH. Interstitial cell stimulating hormone. Interstitial cell stimulating hormone. And who is the interstitial cell? Which we forget to discuss. That's our leading cell, or also called as the interstitial cell. So it's easy to understand. By receiving this LH which will work on the leading cell, and tell them you have to secrete the sex hormone, basically the male sex hormone. Yeah, male sex hormone. And this FSH, they goes to the Sertoli cell. They goes to the Sertoli cell, and also to the spermatogonia. Also to the spermatogonia. Okay, spermatogonia. Now, what it does when it goes to the Sertoli cell, what Sertoli cell do? Sertoli cell will secrete so many hormones, okay? It secretes so many, you can say the various hormones. I just write down 2-3 hormones. One is called the ABH, androgen binding protein, okay? Another one is called the inhibin, yeah. Another one is called as the activin, okay? They also secrete as the another hormone that's called as the HCG, okay, human chorion, you can say gonadotrophin, okay, HCG. So these are the some of the hormones secreted by the Sertoli cell. Along with that, we seen the phases, okay? Don't forget the phases. Write it down once again. PG matters, fast. PG matters. P stand for proliferation. Okay, G stand for growth. M stand for maturation. Okay, T stand for transformation. Now, there are one phase, this growth phase. How growth happened? How growth happened? Under the effect of growth hormone, and growth hormone is secreted by the anterior pituitary gland. So in the case of the, you can say the male spermatogenesis, there is a need for one, apart from this gonadotrophin hormones, there is a need for another hormone, and that hormone is called the growth hormone. Are you following? Any difficulty? No? Okay. Now, these, you can say the growth hormone, they will also work. Okay? They will also work on the where? Spermatogonium, for their growth. Understood? Now, let me summarize it once again. As I said, that spermatogenesis is not under your control. It is control of the higher system. That's your hypothalamus. Okay, hypothalamus influence the anterior pituitary by the help of GnRH. Okay, they releasing the, you can say the one factor that's called the gonadotrophin factor. By receiving the gonadotrophin factor, anterior pituitary in turn secrete the FSH and LH. Okay, this FSH, they work on the Sertoli cell, they work on the Sertoli cells, also on the spermatogonium for their proliferation. Understood? This LH is known as here the ICSH, interstitial cell stimulating hormone, because it stimulates the interstitial cell to secrete the male sex hormone. Sertoli cell secrete androgen binding protein, inhibin, activin, okay, and HCG. Okay, and apart from this, there is a need for another, you can say the somatic hormone, that's your growth hormone. Okay, for the sperm development there is a need for one external hormone that is called as the growth hormone. Now once you understand the involvement of the higher system, simultaneously you now understand the stages, how this is happening. Yeah, so I am taking the one, okay, I am taking the one cell, one spermatogonium. This is one spermatogonium, and this is the first phase. Okay, in the first phase, this spermatogonium, they, okay, divided into the two cell. Okay, they divide into the two cell. One is called type A. Yeah, one is called type A, another one is called the type B. Okay, type B will preserve, it will preserve, and type A participate in the further division. Understood? Type A will participate in the further division. Are you getting the points? No problem. Okay, and this is happening, okay, this proliferation is happening, as I said, under the FSH. Okay, this is happening under the FSH. Now this type A, they become enlarged. Yeah, they become enlarged. Okay, and it is a growth phase. Okay, it is a growth phase, and this is called as the primary spermatocyte. Write it down, it is called as the primary spermatocyte. No problem. Yeah, and it is happening under the influence of growth hormone. Okay, it is happening under the, you can say, effect of growth hormone and testosterone. Okay, and now this primary spermatocyte, they form the two spermatocyte that is called as the secondary spermatocyte. Okay, that is called as the secondary spermatocyte. No problem. Yeah, they form the secondary spermatocyte. Now in the maturation phase, now it's reached in the maturation phase. Okay, and there is a two sequential, you can say, division is happening. The first one is called as the meiosis 1, and second one is called as the meiosis 2. Okay, and by this there is a formation of 4 haploid spermatid. Okay, 4 haploid spermatid. Okay, now I will just draw it once again. It's like not visible to you, maybe I will draw it in a better way. Okay, so now once again you just revise your concept fast. Yeah, what we studied till now, we studied that in the first process what is happening, the spermatogonium. Okay, it's your spermatogonium, or you also call it a germ cell. Okay, spermatogonium, also called as the germ cell. Yeah, under the effect of FSH, very good, and growth hormone, it will proliferate into the two types of the cell. One is preserved, that's the type B. Okay, it's the type B cell, it is preserved, and one they participate, that's the type A, they participate in the spermatogenesis process. Now from this cell, okay, there will be a enlargement. Okay, and this enlargement is marked by the large size. Okay, and this is called as the growth phase. Okay, this is happening also under the effect of testosterone. Okay, growth hormone. Are you understanding? This is both happening in the help of testosterone and growth hormone. Now after enlarging the size, okay, after enlarging the size, they come into the actual, you can say, the cell division. It started from here. They undergo 2 division. Okay, the first division is called as the mitotic division, or it's like a first type, it's a meiosis, first division. and from here there is a formation of two cell. Okay, then there will be a there will be again the meiosis 2 is happening, and there is a formation of 4 cells. Now this is called as a spermatogonium. Okay, this is called as the primary spermatocyte. Primary spermatocyte. Okay, this is called as the secondary spermatocyte. And this 4 you are seeing, they are referred as a spermatid. This is the fashion by which they are forming. Okay, they are forming, and this is meiosis 1. Okay, this is your meiosis 2. Now remember, human chromosome number how much? In pair it's a 23 paired. Okay, same division happened, 23 pair here also, 23 pair also. One is, you can say it's kept. Okay, it's kept. One start participating. Okay, in the growth phase there is no any, you can say, the chromosome nuclear division. What is happening here only there is enlargement, there is a growth. Okay, and that is called as the spermatocyte. Okay, so from the proliferation to the growth phase there is a transition, and means the spermatogonium they change into the spermatocyte. Now what is happening? The spermatocyte, primary spermatocyte, which have the 23 pair of the chromosome, okay, where the 22 is the autosome, okay, and one pair is a sex chromosome. Okay, it either X or Y. It's either X or Y. Now what is happening? This 23 pair, they undergo the meiosis 1. Okay, meiosis 1 is called as the equational division. They are divided into 23, okay, in pair. Now meiosis 2, it is called as a reduction division. Okay, one time replication and two time division. One time replication and two time division. Now there will be formation of 23. Okay, now it is not in pair, it is a haploid. Okay, so 4 spermatid form. Now this spermatid, they will change, this 4 spermatid, okay, they will change into the 4 sperm. Okay, they will change into the 4 sperm. 4 sperms. Very good. They change into the 4 sperms. Okay, and this process of transformation of spermatid to the sperm, this is called as the spermatogenesis. Write it down, it's very important, it can be asked in the MCQ. Okay, it's called as the spermatogenesis. Okay, are you getting the points? Now then this is your transformation phase. Okay, this is your transformation phase where the spermatid is changing to the sperm. Okay, spermatid is changing to the sperm. Now the thing which you have to bear in your mind is that, where is the Sertoli cell, bhai? Here is your Sertoli cell. They are providing the nourishment, they are providing the, you can say, the fructose, especially as a nutrient. Okay, and after the formation maturation, okay, you can say they are also secreting inhibin. No, this inhibin, through the negative feedback mechanism, they goes to the anterior pituitary and say to the anterior pituitary that okay, the spermatogenesis rate is adequate, now you have to stop for a while. You not need to always form the, you can say, the sperm and sperm. Okay, so this inhibin, it act like a stopping, you can say, the hormone which goes to the anterior pituitary. Okay, and they stop the synthesis of the FSH. They are helping here also. Now this sperms which is formed by the process of spermatogenesis through the spermatid, they are, you can say, embedded in the Sertoli cell. Basically their head, okay, sperm head, they are beautifully embedded in the Sertoli cell. Sertoli cell are doing what? Why they are interested in their head? They are preparing the sperm. Okay, they are preparing their sperm for, you can say, fertilize the ovum. Okay, it's giving the strength to the sperm. It's giving the strength to the sperm, or it's making able the sperm to fertilize the egg. Okay, to fertilize the egg. Understood? No problem. Now, this business that's called the spermatogenesis, okay, this is happening till the old age. Okay, old age. And the thing you should remember in your mind is that there is a exact, you can say, termination of stoppage, you can say the cessation, permanent cessation of the menstrual cycle, that we call is generally to 45 to 55 years, that we term as the menopause. Okay, and in that video, okay, in that lecture, I also told you that there are something called andropause. Okay, there's something called as the andropause. Actually, this andropause, it is not, you can say, always, it's not, you can say, universal in all the males. Okay, in old days. Okay, some are able to maintain their health. Okay, and they're able to produce, you can say, the hormones which is from the leading cell, that's called the male sex hormone. Okay, testosterone or androgen. And in generally, okay, in the population, what is happening, there will be a you can say decrease in the secretion of androgen, yeah, okay, and that is termed as the andropause. Okay, where the male are not also able to produce the sperm. As I said, this process is happening during the starting from the puberty time. Okay, and there is a release of leading cell. There is a, you can say, the activation of leading cell, and this activation of the leading cell in turn produce the male sex hormone that we term as the testosterone. Now, what are the function of the testosterone? What are doing this testosterone? What doing this testosterone? They are developing the secondary sexual characters. Okay, they are developing the secondary sexual characteristics, like development of the genitalia, okay, development of the testes, development of the, you can say, the hairs, axillary hair, pubic hair. Okay, it have the receptor on the, you can say, the muscles. Okay, there's a widening of bicep, tricep, chest widening, understood, and there is a changes in the voice. Okay, changes in the voice, or overall we can say the masculine character. Okay, masculine character is developed by the help of this testosterone, which is referred to as a male sex hormone. Now, let's summarize it once again. What we have studied, we are discussing the spermatogenesis, which is basically called as the process of formation of a sperm from the spermatogonium, okay, by the help of nerve cell or subcenticular cell, or you can say the subcenticular cells, okay, and also called as the Sertoli cells, okay, under the effect of the hormones, okay, and through the, you can say, what changes happen, the morphological changes is occurring. Are you getting the points? Now, then we seen that, okay, this is spermatogenesis. They are also, you can say, regulated by the higher system, that's the hypothalamus. Hypothalamus secretes the gonadotropin-releasing hormone and influence the anterior pituitary. Anterior pituitary become happy, they secrete the FSH and LH. Okay, in the case of, you can say, the male, this LH is also called as the ICSH. FSH work on the Sertoli cell as well as the spermatogonium. Okay, Sertoli cell in turn is become also happy and it secrete the ABP, androgen binding protein, which concentrate the androgen, and it secrete the inhibin. Okay, after the you can say the rate of spermatogenesis optimum, then this inhibin goes to the anterior pituitary and they stop this business. Okay, then these male sex hormone, that's called the leading cells. Okay, these leading cells are basically involved in the secondary sexual characteristics, or we can say the masculine, you can say masculine personality development, they have the role. Now we seen that, okay, apart from this gonadotropin hormone, there are also role of GH, that's the growth hormone, in the process of spermatogenesis. Spermatogenesis is you can say understood by the 4 phases. The first phase is, okay, which is called as the proliferation, understood. Second is called the growth. Third one is called the phase of the maturation, and fourth one is the transformation. Now, We can remember by the mnemonics PG matters, P stand for the proliferation, G stand for the growth, M stand for the maturation, T stand for the transformation. Now, what is happening? Under the effect of FSH and GH, this is spermatogonium. They divide, they proliferate into the two cells called type A or type B. Type B will preserve, okay, it will store. Type A start participating in the process of spermatogenesis. Type A, which have the 23 pair of chromosome, 22 is autosomes, and one pair is a sex chromosome. It either X or Y. Now, these, you can say 22 pair, they enlarge their size under the testosterone and growth hormone, and this is called as the growth phase. Growth phase is only marked by the increase in the size, okay, increase in the size. Now come to the maturation phase. What is happening in the maturation phase? There is a two sequential cell division. One is called the meiosis 1, second one is called the meiosis 2. Meiosis 1 is like a mitotic division, okay, where the 23 pair of chromosomes, they divided into the 23 pair of chromosomes. Now there is a meiotic division 2, which is a meiosis, one time division, two time replication. Then there will be formation of 4 haploid spermatid. Now this spermatid, they will change into the sperm by a process called spermatogenesis, okay, and this sperm head is emitted in the Sertoli cell. Sertoli cell is what is doing? They are, you can say, overall developing the sperm to fertilize, making them capable to fertilize the what? Egg. Very good. Fertilize the egg. Now, in the, you can say, head have to be released. No, once the sperm will, you can say, formed. Now they will kick out this beautiful helping Sertoli cell. Yeah, and they went away, and this process for the release of the sperm head, okay, from the membrane of Sertoli cell, this is called as spermiation. Write it down, it's also important. This is called as the spermiation. Understood? No problem? Yeah. Now we talked about the applied physiology. Okay, what we discussed till now, we deal with the overview of the gonads. Yeah, in the case of the male.